much, my girls. Thank you so much for performing that set piece, popularly known as Suzanne by Sauti Sol. Thank you so much. Now, our chief guest, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Daktari Ezekiel Machogu, our Principal Secretary for Basic Education, Dr. Bellion, and Principal Secretary for Higher Education, Honorable Beatrice Inyagala, who are here. We have the team. Just directly before I welcome the director, Mr. Mungai, I want us to appreciate, and I want to introduce just the teams that are here. We have our students from Nairobi region. Nairobi, oye! Nataka msimame tu kabisa pole pole. Nataka msimame tu wapigie makofi. From Nairobi region, Nairobi region, Nairobi region. Let's appreciate them. Let's appreciate from Nairobi region to wapigie makofi. From the Nyanza region, please. Nairobi, sit down. Nyanza to wapigie makofi. From Nyanza region, let's appreciate them. Now from the Western region, sit down, Nyanza, Western region. Where are you? Let's appreciate them. Tupigie makofi, asante sana. Wale wametoka Rift Valley. Wale wa Rift Valley tupigie makofi, let's appreciate them. Our students all the way from the Northeastern region, let's all rise up, tupigie makofi, let's appreciate them. Our CS, we also have from Eastern region. Remember, this is a program, a national program from the Eastern region, tupigie makofi. And you hapa wamefika, asante sana. Wale wametoka Central, from Central region, tuwapigie makofi, asante sana. Honorable CS, we have from the Coastal region now. Wale wa Coastal region, tuwapigie makofi, let's appreciate them. Asante sana. And we have all the directors of education from all the 47 counties. Where are you? Directors, where are you? The directors, please rise up. Let's appreciate them, tuwapigie makofi. Asante sana. And the directors also from Jomo Kenyatta, where are you? Let me see you from this region. Wacha tuwaone. Asante sana, led by the CEO. Alafu staff wote watakuwa introduced by the Ministry of Education. May I now humbly request Director Elijah Mungai, Director Project Coordinator and Delivery. Tafadhali take up from there. We appreciate you so much. Asante sana, kazi nzuri from our level. Asante sana. Thank you. Let's continue appreciating. Tumpigie makofi tena, tumpigie makofi mazuri kabisa. Asante sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that session. Our CS, Honorable Dr. Ezekiel Machogu, our two PSs, Dr. Belio Kipsang, State Department of Basic Education, and Dr. Beatrice Inyagala, our UNHCR country representative, our partners, all of them here, the representative of DRS Award, Ministry of Education directors here present, and all of us, good morning. Good morning. Watoto oye. So welcome to the launch of the 2024 Elimu Scholarship, commissioning of scholars. And before we formally begin the program, I wish to ask that our directors from the ministry stand up and be recognized. Wapigie makofi. We also, I think the previous speaker introduced the directors from the field for the ministry, but we also have the team from TSC, and it's led by Dr. Dhamburi, who is representing the CEO here. So our TSC colleagues also stand up so that we also recognize you. Wapigieni makofi. And there is a team that was putting together this function, and it was led by our SA, Secretary Administration, Madam Froisa Moit. On behalf of that committee, please let us appreciate her wherever she is. Just wave. Thank you very much. So, as we start this program, I want to express our appreciation because we are at the tail end of a long process that all of us participated in and successfully so, and that's why we are here, all happy to represent our regions, our counties, all of them. And sir, the team that is in front of us consists of the counties and sub-counties in Kenya, and we also have representatives from our refugee camp-based students who have also been awarded scholarships. So on behalf of the ministry, we wish to welcome you all to this function. And for a start, we will have two scholars who will do some comments, student testimonials, and the first boy that I want to introduce is Daniel Gitonga Mutugi from Embu. Wherever you are, come quickly so that you can make a testimony, and together with Sharin Jeptum from Uasin Gishu. Muko wapi? Yes, let's start with Daniel. You have a minute.
Thank you.
All protocol observed. My name is Daniel Mutugi Gitonga from Embu. And first I want to thank our president, our president, Ministry of Education, and JKF. I say thank you on behalf of other pupils, saying thank you because of giving us this support so that we can help ourselves, so that we can continue with our schooling. And I say thank you very much, because if it's not you, we don't know, some of pupils would not join secondary school, but by the grace of God, we have got it. So I'm very humble, saying thank you, and God bless you. Like in our homestead, like me, I would not go to secondary school. Those hope I didn't have them, because my father has disability, and because of that he had gone for a job, but he went for an off because his leg hand, he faced he experienced pain. But because of that, when he went off, I didn't have those hope. But through JKF, I know I make it. And I thank you very much. I will use that opportunity well.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate him. Let's give the microphone to Sharin. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All will be okay, my brother.
Sharin.
Will be okay. You will shine.
The Cabinet Secretary and the Principal Secretary, together with all protocols observed, good morning. My name is Shalin Cheptum from Wazingishu County, Soi Sub-County. I'm here today on behalf of the girls to say thank you to His Excellency the President, together with the Minister of Education, for fully supporting JKF and elimu scholarship to enable the needy and vulnerable children to join Form 1. Most of us here couldn't join Form 1, and that I'm sure of, because our parents could not afford that much money to join the good schools we want to join. But through the JKF elimu scholarship, His Excellency the President and the Cabinet Secretary, now we can join Form 1. We can pursue our dreams. We can join Form 1 and come back home after 4 years and break the poverty circle at home. That is my aim. I, Shalin Cheptum, want to be a military doctor. And I'm sure through the JKF and the elimu scholarship, I can pursue my dream. I can become a military doctor. And through this organization, I met a new role model, Director Consolata Rob. You are my new role model. Together with our soy coordinator, wherever you are, Julius Langat Samoe, and all other protocols of serve in this organization. Thank you. I wake up every morning, and when I'm at my lowest point, I don't quit. I just restart. I don't change my goal. I don't change my goal. I change the tactics because the goal remains there. It will never change. I am the one to get that goal. Don't see where I'm standing today or where I am coming from. But where I am going is what matters the most. I wake up every day and say, Charlene, keep on achieving and making yourself proud. Your milestone will be a proof of your success. You will get to the place of stars. Thank you very much, JKF, Elimu Scholarship, and the President, wherever you are, Your Excellency. Thank you. I am from your home county. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlene. Let's appreciate. I know they really wanted to say more, but up to that level, Director, I think so much has been said. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And also appreciate the teachers in the house. Wapigie makofi tafadhali. And then we also take this opportunity at least to celebrate the first cohort of elimu scholars who sat for their KCSE last year, and they are here represented. We have very many straight A's and straight A minuses. So we will give two of them a chance to also speak and give their testimony. So we have one, Joan Wanjiko from Thika West, and Shadrach Muita from Migori. Please come and give your testimony. So we start with Daniel Getonga Mutugi from Embu. So these are the first graduates of elimu scholarship program. Go ahead.
Thank you. Dr. Ezekiel Machogu, CS of Education, PS, Mr. Belio Kipsang, and all protocol observed. Good morning. I'm hereby grateful for this chance I've been given to stand before this elite audience to testify on the benefits of the elimu scholarship. Let me give you a brief history on how I have arrived here to stand before you today. In the year 2012, I did join Standard 1 in a local primary school back in Migori County. The school was a bit a distance from home, and to arrive there, you had to travel quite a distance over the hills and down below the valleys. You had to fight with the cold and the flooding rivers to arrive in school to pursue your dreams. That did not deter me. It gave me the drive and motivation. And gratefully, and by the grace of God, I came to finish successfully and sat for my national examination in 2019. I scored the 401 marks out of the possible 500. I was given an admission letter, and I was assigned a school in Busia, the Butler School. But when the admission letter came, I couldn't figure out the way forward. I almost lost hope. But around the end of December 2019, the the head teacher of my primary school, acknowledging my efforts, called me and told me there's a scholarship going on, an enrollment, and told me that it was a elimu scholarship funded by the government of Kenya. He told me that day was the deadline and told me to get the form, I would have to arrive at the bank, pick it and fill it, then submit it on the same day. It seemed impossible, but because I had the will and the drive to go forward, I traveled to the bank in Migori, obtained the form, and duly filled it and submitted it the same day. That was a chance where I could not leave it to go. I kept on praying, waiting for the response to come back, and By 10 January, I believe the response was back. I was given a call to informing me that the assessors from the selection committee will be arriving to assess the financial status of my locality, and they came. They testified. The place was very remote. The financial status there was very down. I couldn't afford the fee. Seeing as my parents, despite having struggled for me to reach class 8, they had no means, being casual laborers, earning a minimum wage of 200 shillings. They couldn't afford with that to pay my fees and feed me and my siblings. When the response came, I was very happy. I knew there was a way forward. I was very glad. And I promised myself on that day, when I join high school, I'm going to do my best, come out the best. And I did that. I did not give up. The elimu scholarship program stood with me along the way, all from the day of admission when they gave me the shopping, the transport, the upkeep, to take me to school. I went and studied, and during the 4 years, the journey was not easy. Being the school was a bit inadequate in infrastructure, but I never saw the flaws. I saw the greatness of a school I've been assigned. I knew destiny placed me there for a reason. I went forward, studied, worked hard, cooperated with the teachers who were very willing to take us forward. And gradually, as I approached my 4-year course toward the end, I redoubled my efforts, maybe even tripled it, but that doesn't matter because the effort was there. And
thank you very much. Come and greet our CS. That is excellent. A straight A he got. A straight A he got from.
Let's give a round of applause to our brother here. Thank you, scholar.
Then sorry? You come and say that you got a straight A from here.
After sitting for my national examinations, the results came back on 8 January. I had scored an A plane. I was very grateful for the way I'd been struggled, but I managed to make it. I gave my parents a reason to smile again. I gave my siblings a role model to look upon. And to you guys, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of a journey, a step up the stairs. You'll have to scale higher, double your efforts, and at the end of the 4-year course, you'll be able to stand at the same place, giving a testimony to the government of Kenya, to the scholars of elimu, about how you have succeeded. Thank you.
Let's clap for him. Greet the CS. The other one is Joan. Joan, take a minute.
The Cabinet Secretary of Education, Dr. Ezekiel Machogu, the PS, Dr. Benyo Kipsang, the invited distinguished guests, and all protocols observed. Good morning. My name is Joan Wanjiru Wangari from Kiambu County. I schooled in St. Teresa Mbone Girls High School. I sat for my KCSE last year and got an A plane. I would like to express my thanks to the government of Kenya and the elimu scholarship program because they have given me this chance at least to realize my dreams. Now that I have passed, I know I am not worried, and I know that the government of Kenya will help me pursue my dream. I want to be a general surgeon, and I know that with the support of the government, they will help me get to my next step in life. Thank you, Dr. Ezekiel Machogu. You are changing lives. And to you scholars, don't take this chance for granted. Make a sacrifice to your academics, just like the government has made a sacrifice to pay your school fees, and you'll bear good fruits. Remember, if it has to be done, it starts with you. Thank you.
That is a very, very, very good message. If it has to be done, it has to be done now. We will end there with the testimonials from our students and our alumni. And in this program, we have ably worked with our partners for those years, and representing them here again, one of us is a representative from World Bank. Ruth Charo, maybe you can stand and wave. She has really been supporting us. Clap for her. And on this point, I would like also to appreciate the CU Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, who has, together with the leadership of Equity Group Foundation, who have led this process for recruitment of these scholars. And I would wish to invite him at this point to make a comment and then invite the chair.
Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Dr. Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, PS Education, Basic, Honorable Dr. Belio Kipsang, PS, Minister of Education, Higher Education, Dr. Beatrice Inyangala, other members from the Ministry of Education, directors, partners, fellow partners in this elimu scholarship program, other invited guests, all protocols observed. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon. Mine is very, very brief, just to really thank the Cabinet Secretary and the the Principal Secretary, especially because of putting a lot of effort to ensure that this particular exercise went on and went on very, very well. It has been a really grueling exercise, but we are thanking God that we have come to this particular juncture when we are finishing the race together with these students. Learners, all of you where you are, hoye! Let's lift up our flags and celebrate this particular milestone. So thank you so much. Mine is just to tell you that this is the start of a long journey, and we want to finish and finish well with you in this particular journey. We have become the father and the mother to you from now on to the next 4 years. I would want Sir to recognize one of these students who, when they came last night, because it was quite a long journey coming from across the country, one student who was hospitalized, but we thank God that she left the hospital this morning. Zabibu Hassan, wherever you are, I don't know whether she's in the crowd, just to recognize the effort that they have really made, but we are grateful that she is out of hospital. I do not want to take long, but I just want to tell all of us, we have started the journey, but we are partners with you, and as much as the government has given you this particular opportunity, now the chance or the ball is on your court, and please don't let down that ball. Make sure that you bring straight A's like the ones that have already been declared here. So all of us, let us make sure that we have put all our effort to ensure that we get to the very end. At this juncture, I don't want to take much time. I would want to invite my chair, Honorable Rose Warohio, to just come and give a few remarks and maybe recognize the board of the Jomo Kenyatta Foundation. Thank you so much.
This is a great day for Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, and Honorable Minister, Honorable Cabinet Minister, Honorable Machogu, the PS, both PSs, our board members, and our guests, members or guests invited today, the management and staff of JKF, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special day for us, and one thing I decided I must mention is that an organization which was formed in 1966 and which would have a long history and consistency in driving scholarships, is still active, is still relevant, and has built its own capacity and knowledge in this area. The Jomo Kenyatta Foundation originally chose to be in business, to make profit, which then would be used for scholarships. But with the change in time, it has become necessary to rework this idea. And why we are here today, and that is really the main point for me today, is that during the year 2022, the Ministry of Education, with their support, Cabinet Secretary and PSs, was given 3,000 scholarships, which they could administer on a trial basis and to show their competence and ability to do so. It is that success of that 1 year, and maybe the faith and hope that you have in this organization, that within this year, 11,000 scholarships have been processed through the Jomo Kenyatta Foundation. I want to assure you that these 11,000 have been selected through a process led by many people in this room today. And we thank all of you, the people on the ground, the education officers, our staff, for doing this work in a very short time. Now, so having come on board only a year ago, we really want to assure you of our commitment and that the experience built over this time is maintained, and that we hope that going forward, we are going to expand this activity. Now, this is the highest number of beneficiaries. I don't even want to mention historically the number we have dealt with. And therefore, you are entrusting us with the administration of a bigger job than the one we've done before. But as I have said, these 11,000 were sourced in a very transparent manner. Care was taken to ensure not just the regional balancing, as you can see by looking through the room, but also affirmative action and special consideration to include persons living with disabilities. Now, the new partnership with the ministry is in liaison with the development partners who have been mentioned, namely the World Bank and Global Partnership for Education, who have facilitated more beneficiaries that are being considered this year. To the beneficiaries, I think you hear from all of us who stand here. This is without doubt your day, and I wish to join everyone here to congratulate you for performing extremely well in the last KCPE exams, and some of you under very difficult circumstances. As our MD have said, and I repeat, we are here to play the role of parent, of your guardians, big brother, but not the big brother, not the bad big brother, but also big sister. And some of us should say we are also grandmothers. So remember, thousands of other students like you would have wished to wear the shoe you are wearing. So I'm simply urging you to take this special opportunity to focus on what it's about. It's about your education. Don't let anything deflect your resolve to attain the highest or the best grades, and that you can only do by being committed and working hard. I can also report, Prime Minister, that in the recently released KCSE results, over 90% of beneficiaries of JKF attain grades that you enable them to pursue higher education. So we are following our students and their lives. I will end really by wishing everyone, especially our beneficiaries, the best that can happen, but it can only come, as I have said, from your own commitment, your own thinking, and your own determination to make a better life for you in the future. If I may, I don't know whether it was done, I will ask my board, the board members of JKF, just to stand where you are and wave, and thank you for attending the function also. And certainly, Minister and PS, thank you very much for this partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Let's give a better clap. And now, as I exit and hand over the program, Kemei, MC Kemei.
Thank you very much, Director, for the testimonials that everyone would have spoken. All the students, please rise up a little bit, all the students, to simame sisi zote, to simame, to end the session of the testimonials. I want to thank them. You know, we say to the government of Kenya, of our country, Igwe. For the Ministry of Education, say Igwe. For our CS and PSS, Igwe. For our directors and JKF, Igwe. Now, DJ, play that song, DJ, because we belong to this country and we are Kenyans and we love our country. And we believe that all the students here will one day be leaders of this nation and they will be the agents of change in this nation through the Ministry of Education. DJ, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Everyone with your flag. Thank you so much. Thank you, Director. Take off now. Asante. May you be seated. Thank you so much. God bless you.
My honor now to invite the Principal Secretary, State Department of Basic Education, Dr. Berio Kipsang.
Thank you very much, Director Mungai. The Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machoku, my colleague, PS, Dr. Beatrice Nyangala, the leadership of Jomo Kenyatta, led by the chair and the CEO and the entire leadership and the staff of Jomo Kenyatta, our good partners who are here today, Equity Group and Equity Foundation, UNHCR, and the World Bank Group, CEOs from the various institutions, our teachers, parents, our invited guests, our elimu scholars, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's still morning. So once again, karibuni Nairobi. Karibuni as we prepare to go to our next level of learning, as your parents, as your teachers, as your guardians, we pray for you. We are giving you our blessings, and we shall always wake up every morning, pray for you as our children, because we love you and because we know you are the future. Before I make some remarks, I would want to request the seers to allow us to get some few remarks from our partners, and therefore I would want to invite Beth Waweru, who is a group director for strategic human capital and also taking care of our education at the Equity Group, both as a bank and the Equity Group Foundation. Karibu, Beth.
Thank you very much. Good morning. All right. Thank you, our CS, both our PSs, Dr. Belio and Dr. Inyangala, and our representatives from Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, UNHCR representative and Ruth Charo of the World Bank, and our other directors of education. Thank you. I'm privileged to stand here today on behalf of Equity Group and on also behalf of our team leader, Dr. James Mwangi, who unfortunately was not able to be with us because he's out of the country, but he called this morning to make sure that I will be here. And one of the things that he wanted to communicate is our gratitude to the Ministry of Education for the partnership we have had for more than 15 years, since 2009, when we started the Wings to Fly program. And this year was particularly a very big milestone for us, because we have finally crossed the 60,000 mark in terms of scholarships, and we are very grateful for the support of the community and the Ministry of Education in financing some of these scholars. I was also very much humbled and quite moved to see that the first group of students from the Elimu Scholarship Program have completed Form 4 and have also passed very well. So the second message that Dr. Mwangi wanted to convey is that the students who scored an A or an A- will be joining the bank next week for a paid internship. And we have about 185 of them. So we are very excited to have our first cohort join the bank. And I understand that you will be getting pocket money of about 500 shillings a term. But these students, from next month, they will be earning 40,000 shillings a month as their stipend. That is to help them prepare to transition to the university. And during that time, we will also coach and mentor them and help them prepare for applying to schools abroad. And so far, we have had about 900 students who have gotten scholarships abroad in about 201 universities in 36 countries. So we are very excited that we can partner with the government to be able to execute that. And I think the last comment is maybe to appreciate our partners, especially UNHCR. We've partnered very well last year and this year to support our refugee learners, as well as the World Bank. And special attention also to our partners in the Ministry of Education. And allow me to mention names here, Bwana Mungai, Beth Kito, Jane Mbugua, and Martha Ekirapa. Receive our gratitude as a team, because you have helped us structure the elimu program and give support to these extremely brilliant learners. With those few remarks, learners, I wish you all the best. You have seen it is possible. There are others who have gone before you, so you have absolutely no excuse to be a failure or not to succeed in secondary school. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Beth. I would want to request Caroline Bowden, the country representative of UNHCR, to make her comments.
Thank you very much. Good morning. The Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Dr. Ezekiel Machogu, and the Principal Secretary, State Department for Basic Education, Dr. Belio Kipsang, the Principal Secretary, University Education, Dr. Beatrice Inyangala, and Mr. Jason Awur, Department of Refugee Services, Government Representative, Partners, Equity Group, the World Bank, our elimu scholars, all protocols observed. I'm delighted to be here with you on this joyful occasion, celebrating the launch of the Elimu Scholarship Intake for 2024. A life-changing opportunity for some 14,500 children to continue their education at public schools around Kenya. As the UNHCR country representative, I'm especially delighted that this year's selection process includes Elimu scholarships opportunities for over 5,000 refugee learners. This is truly a significant and groundbreaking development towards inclusion of refugees in the national education system and communities across Kenya. I want to congratulate all of the Elimu scholars for this achievement. I want to give a special note of congratulations to our refugee scholars who have worked hard under difficult circumstances to earn this opportunity. We have 5 refugee scholars here today representing their communities who have traveled from Turkana. We are so proud of you. This opportunity to continue your secondary education in Kenyan schools is your key to a better future for yourself and your families and communities. We know the big changes ahead of you, leaving home to study in new places with new faces and ways may be challenging at first, but we encourage you to be courageous, stay the course, and make the most of this opportunity. I want to give a heartfelt vote of gratitude to the government of Kenya, to the Ministry of Education for their generosity and commitment to supporting equitable access to education for all children in Kenya, including refugees, through this program. Our thanks also to the donors supporting the Elimu program, including the World Bank and Global Partnership for Education, and to the implementing partners, Equity Group Foundation and Jomo Kenyatta Foundation. Thanks also to the Department of Refugee Services for their continued support for the program. UNHCR recognizes and deeply appreciates the flexibility and excellent spirit of cooperation between many partners to ensure that refugee learners are able to benefit from the Elimu Scholarships program. Finally, I would like to note that this opportunity for children from all corners of the country and from all walks of life, including refugees, to continue their secondary education is a bold investment in an inclusive, equitable, and pluralistic future for Kenya. My thanks once again to the Ministry of Education for leading this exceptional work, and congratulations to our new young scholars. We wish you all the very best as you travel to your new schools to take up your studies in the coming weeks. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our country representative at the UNHCR. I would want at this juncture to request Ruth Charo to make some comments from World Bank.
Our Chief Guest Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, our Principal Secretaries, Dr. Belio Kipsang and Dr. Beatrice Inyangala, all senior government officials are represented here this morning, as well as my fellow development partners and our main chief guests, the students. The reason we are here this morning, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you. On behalf of the World Bank and the chair of the Education Development Partners Group, we do thank the Ministry of Education and to a great extent the government of Kenya for the very close partnership that we've had, not just through the Elimu Scholarship Program, but also in enhancing other key determinants of education performance in Kenya. We do acknowledge the government of Kenya has made significant progress on key education performance indicators, for example, the enrollment, and at the same time, the government is undertaking very difficult CS, but very, very critical and bold reforms, be it in the curriculum, reforms in teacher management, accountability, provision of core instructional materials, the critical essential school infrastructure, as well as the wash facilities. I'm mentioning this, Honorable CS. These are very critical, even as we send our children to the schools, to ensure then the teaching and learning environment meets the minimum essential input to ensure then learning is taking place. We do know, despite this progress, complex challenges remain, and the World Bank is working closely, as well as the other partners with the government of Kenya, to address critical, outstanding issues that remain. And related to the scholarships, Honorable CS, allow me to touch on inequities, which are complex, whether it's through poverty, household, geographical, and gender. And we are delighted that the elimu scholarship has come a long way to ensure a critical number of learners from the most poor and vulnerable households have access to quality education. And Honorable CS, in terms of the transition of this cohort to higher education, both TVET and university, it is our hope and prayer that the higher education loans board will prioritize the elimu scholars to ensure then they are transitioning to TVET and university. This is critical for efficiency gains in the education system, because it's not enough to walk these scholars through grade 4. If they are able to gain skills and be productive in the labor market, then we can look back and say truly we contributed to meaningful inclusion and labor development and productivity. Lastly, Honorable CS, we are delighted the elimu scholarship program is now institutionalized in the JKF. I think from where we sit, from the World Bank, the robust system and particularly a credible selection process is now in place. And we do hope the other various funding mechanisms, both in government, the private sector that is funding scholarships, will leverage the systems and the credible selection process that has been institutionalized at JKF for us to have impact on a larger number of poor and vulnerable children. I'll stop here, and again, we are grateful on behalf of the World Bank and the Chair Education Development Partners Working Group. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. At this juncture, I would want to acknowledge and appreciate Mr. Okola from the Commissioner for Refugees Office, and also representing our peers for Immigration and Citizen Services. And let me invite the peers in charge of higher education and research, because you've seen quite a number of our kids, more than 90%, are transitioning to the next level of learning, and therefore you'll have a home at the tertiary education, and therefore let me invite my colleague, Dr. Patrice Inyangala, to make some remarks.
Our CS, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, my colleague peers, Dr. Belio Sang, Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, the board and CEO, and all the staff, our partners from the World Bank, UNHCR, Equity Bank, Caroline, Ross, and Ruth. We are very, very excited to be here. All of us, our distinguished leaders from other sectors of education, teachers and staff, and all our pupils, good morning. Are you excited to be here? Yes. Let me hear you shout, good morning. Good morning. Good. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Have you transitioned to the afternoon together with us with a lot of joy? Okay, again, shout a big one. Good afternoon. That sounds good. We should be happy because we are all gathered here to demonstrate how much we value you. All of our partners are here with us to show that in any community we are diverse. And so, in whatever situation you are, in whatever circumstance you are, we value you, we love you, and we know that there's a lot that you can contribute in the development of our country. So even as you proceed on your academic journey, know that alone, there's very little that you can achieve. But collaborate with other students and know that everybody is working together to support you. Because you have all the support, all we expect of you is to focus on your studies. You have your goals, pursue your goal, and you will realize your full potential. So that your journey to greatness begins today. If you have never believed in yourself, believe in yourself, because your future is very bright. In another 4 years, I'm waiting to receive you in the university. And again, at the universities, the government will take full care of your fees, up to 95%. So when it comes to cost, you don't have to worry. The support you're getting now will come through for you when you join university and when you join other colleges. That all make a significant contribution to enhancing our capacity and our labor force. I want to know how many of you are going to join us in the university in 4 years. Please stand up and wave your flag if you're ready to join university in another 4 years. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Let us meet in 4 years and celebrate your success. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Let's appreciate our peers. Let's appreciate her. Let's appreciate Mpigia Makofi Daktari. Thank you so much. Please, can we have minimum movement from the hall, please? Let's have minimum movement. May I request, kindly just take your seat and relax as we are getting to the climax of it. Please.
Thank you very much, colleagues. Thank you very much, our partners. And once again, our young ones, welcome to Nairobi. And on behalf of your colleagues, the more than 11,000, the more than 14,000, including our refugee children, welcome to the Elimu Scholarship. Welcome to our next level of learning at our secondary schools, because we are gathered here today to commission yourselves, our 14,426 beneficiaries of this year's Elimu Scholars. It's been a journey. I would want to thank Equity Group, because when this journey started in 2019, the capacity that needed to manage that particular cohort was not yet ready at the Ministry of Education. But over the years, we've been building that particular capacity, and we are happy today, through the mentorship of the Equity Group Foundation, that the Jomo Kenyatta Foundation can be able to continue working with the other partners so that we can be able to sustain this particular program and other programs that address the issue of equity in our schools. I would want at this juncture to most sincerely thank the community selection advisory committees that were chaired by our deputy county commissioners, and that involved the totality of our communities back home. So on behalf of the Ministry of Education, on behalf of all of us, I would want to most sincerely thank our colleagues at the Ministry of Interior for availing themselves to do this very important exercise that we are here today to commission. I'm aware, as already mentioned by our scholars, as I acknowledge our scholars who made their remarks that we did visit their homes. We did visit their homes, and we are sure that those of us who are here today and those who have already reported to school are those who deserved and those who earned these particular scholarships. So once again, we would want to congratulate you for having earned this particular scholarship. I would want to mention CS, that the demand for this scholarship is so huge. Equity Group Foundation will tell you there were so many applicants, they were able to take care of 1,000. KCB told us the other day the number of those who applied. All the other partners, Cooperative Bank and all those who work with us, have the family bank, the family group, they have all told us the number of applicants. I would want to confirm that our own applicants with the elimu scholars were more than 93,000. We've taken care of less than 15%. So we still have a huge demand out there. The only thing I would want to urge is that these scholars have gone, both those who have succeeded and those who did not succeed, they have gone through a thorough process. I would urge all other partners that they can tap into this particular pool of children who require that particular support as we move forward. So as already said, that we would not want to leave any child behind, be they our Kenyan citizen children, be they the refugees who are in this country. We would want all of them to benefit from education. We would want most sincerely to make sure that the children in our refugee camps do not get punished more than once, that they are already out of their homes and that they are not able to acquire education. We shall do all that it takes to make sure that these kids who find themselves in this situation, not because of themselves, are able to make sure that they proceed going forward. We extend our most sincere appreciation to the Global Partnership for Education, to the World Bank, to LEGO, who have worked with us through this journey as we continue to ensure that our children are in school. For Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, we would want to make our commitment that we shall continue to build your capacity so that you can assist all of us in making sure that there is proper coordination of this particular equity support and social support to our children, so that we can be able to have a common pool. We can be able to get a place that we can go to ensure that there is no double dipping, to ensure that there is proper coordination, and that we can be able to speak together, both as government actors and non-government actors, and ensuring that none of our children are left out. I also urge our scholars today that let's go to our schools. As you saw your brothers and sisters who cleared their Form 4 last year, that they were able to invest in themselves and they were able to reap a return on that particular investment. As you join this journey, make sure that you do all that is required of you by your school, by your teachers, by your parents, so that in another short while, we shall be here to celebrate you, to celebrate what Equity Group can do for you through internship and what you can contribute to the society. So we shall continue to mentor you through Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, working with our other partners who have been doing mentorship. I know Equity Group have done quite some good work with the Wings to Fly. All our other partners, we shall be consolidating that mentoring so that we can continue to mentor all our learners. We urge our parents, as a parent, I know we all love our children. We wake up every morning praying for them. We wake up every morning toiling out there to make sure that they have a better life. I urge our parents, mainly the parents of these scholars, that let's guide these children so that they can optimize on this benefit that has been given to them. And I know they have earned it through making sure that they have gone through their primary education as parents. Through parental engagement, let's be close to our children so that we can guide them into the next level. make sure that they are able to grow to be the future of this country. I would not want to make comments beyond that point. I only want to make an announcement now that we have our directors here from the field, that we are all aware we must do the mop-ups to make sure that we attain our 100% transition. We shall be expecting, I know we have already received reports from yourselves in terms of transitions in your regions. Our officers from the headquarters will be working with you next week, our colleagues in the Ministry of Interior, to make sure that the government policy of 100% transition is achieved. With those remarks, it's now my humble duty to welcome our Cabinet Secretary, who is the father of so many of these children, who will be paying your school fees, to make sure that we are all in school and doing what we are expected to do. So we can all arise as we welcome the Cabinet Secretary to commission this particular scholarship and to give our fatherly advice to our children as they move to the next level.
Thank you. Thank you very much, P.S. Perio. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again, the top scorers in this country. Can you wave back your beautiful flags back to me? Yeah, thank you very much, and God bless you. We can be seated now. Yeah, thank you very much. Principal Secretary, State Department for Basic, Dr. Perio Kipsang, Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education, Dr. Beatrice Inyangara, my sister, Dr. Betty Waweru, from Equity Group of Companies, Caroline from UNHCR, Rose from World Bank, the chairperson of Jomo Kenyatta Foundation, the CEO and the CEOs here present, the regional directors of education, the directors in the ministry, the county directors, and all parents and students and the teachers here present. Once again, I must say that this is a very special day, that I'm personally so happy, so delighted. Indeed, ever since the time I was appointed as Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, there has not been such a happy moment for me. I have attended several such events, but I must admit that this is one such event that is so special, which has touched my heart, and I think, and I'm sure that it has touched the hearts of many. Today, we are flagging off top scorers to the tune of 14,426 who have been able to access the elimu scholarship. And indeed, this is a great event for this country of ours. First, I want to congratulate you for excelling in your KCPE examination and for being awarded the elimu scholarships. Gazing at the mindful faces of all these young minds has made me realize the true meaning of the government's bottom-up transformation agenda, which we are all determined to push to success. Before us today, we have young scholars from every sub-county of our country. All our 47 counties are represented here, predominantly by children whose households are at the bottom of the economic pyramid, a true testimony that this program is one of a kind, one that is helping to bridge the inequities in education in our country. I'm therefore extremely excited to be here to officially flag off the 2024 elimu scholarship program. This program, currently in its 50th cohort of implementation, has already been tremendously transformative in a way we least expected. Let me illustrate this statement. Our first elimu scorers sat the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination in 2023. Of all the 9,000 scholarly of this, 42%, which is 3,780 of them, qualified for university education after attaining a mean grade of C+ and above. The rest obtained grades that will comfortably enable them to join middle-level education and training colleges. Please, let us all give a round of applause to our first cohort of scholars. Well done, well done, well done, our scholars. This transformative story of the elimu scholarship did not end here. From the first cohort of elimu scholars, 20 of them scored a mean grade of A+, and 2 of them were here, while 160 scored a mean grade of A- in the 2023 KCSE. There were 350 candidates who scored a mean grade of P+ in the examination. Further analysis shows that there were candidates who scored less than 300 marks in the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education in the 2020 exam, but went on to score mean grades of up to A-. This is value addition that should be celebrated and which is attributable to the elimu scholarships. Ladies and gentlemen, without doubt, the program is the greatest demonstration of the fact that education has the capacity to break the intergenerational cycle of poverty. I wish to announce that all the 2023 candidates who benefited from the elimu scholarship program and scored the mean grades of A and A- will automatically qualify to join the Equity Leadership Program. This will expose them to work experience and leadership training within equity across the country as their way to join university. During the program, the students, as confirmed by Petty Waweru, will have an opportunity to start earning Kenya shillings 40,000 per month. Well done, Equity, for this particular initiative. We thank you so much. I take this opportunity to thank Equity Scholarship Foundation for according the beneficiaries of the elimu program this opportunity to not only learn, but also to earn. So far, the program supported 37,574 learners from poor households across the country to transition from primary to secondary education. The additional 14,426 we are about to launch today means that the government is going to give hope to 52,000 learners across the country. This initiative is part of the government's broader goal of 100% transition, which ensures that we do not leave any child behind in the education system. Under the elimu scholarship program, we support the free-day secondary school education program, which has made it possible for thousands of our children to transit to secondary school. And we are encouraging our parents and each and every one of us, because 67% of our students are in day schools, and our focus in infrastructural development and other requirements will be able to go into day schools so that they are able to perform equally as good as extra county schools and even national schools. And we were happy this year because we had quite a number of people getting A's and also qualifying to university from these particular schools, sub-county schools. Well done. The government is determined to ensure that every child, whatever their gender, background, or place they live, has equal access to education. In this regard, the government has the duty to do everything which is in its power to remove all barriers that prevent children from attending school and completing their basic education. We are aware that most parents from all households, including the poorest and most depressed families, long to give basic education to their children. They long that their children should one day escape from the terrible handicaps from which their parents and guardians have themselves suffered. This forces many parents and guardians to make enormous sacrifice to give their children the best education. Indeed, there is no better demonstration of their parents' desire to change the fortunes of their children than the numbers of children who have successfully applied for the elimu scholarships. During the 2024 scholarship applications, a total of 95,016 applied for the scholarship, from whom we have picked only 14,426, including refugees. This speaks to the high demand for scholarships in our country. This is why I commend some of our local and international institutions that have stepped forward to complement the government scholarships, such as Kenya Commercial Bank, Cooperative Bank, Equity Foundation, Family Bank, among others. I call upon more organizations to set aside resources for scholarships as part of the community social responsibility programs. Let us do this knowing that parents who have the capacity to keep their children in school without strain comprise a small fraction of our society. The majority lead modest lives that struggle to enroll and retain their children in school. Nevertheless, such parents limit their expenditure on other basic needs as they seek to invest in the education of their children, because they know the transformative and the transformer power of education. They know that education gives them hope and confidence in the future. We must give that same hope to those who know educational deprivation today. The elimu scholarship program is one of the reports which has given hope to 52,000 learners. The economic circumstances of their families should not make it very hard for them to send their children to school, particularly when they have to pay school fees. In total, the government is benefiting 52 elimu scholarship beneficiaries of an approximate total of Kenya shillings 21.5 billion. During the financial year 2024, the government will spend approximately 4.5 billion to support a total of 43,000 needy and vulnerable learners across the 47 counties. Their investment has already put a smile on the faces of children, parents, guardians, and their siblings. It is the turn of our father, 14,426 children and their families, to smile, courtesy of the 2023 scholarship program for the 50th cohort of scholars. I'm happy to announce that the Ministry of Education has moved to implement a recommendation of the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms that the Jomo Kenyatta Foundation be made the sole agency that is in charge of all scholarships. Indeed, this is the organization that has helped to coordinate the process of awarding scholarships that we are flagging out today. The government is committed to provide an inclusive quality education for all our children. We have allocated almost 30% of the government's revenue on education. A considerable part of the education budget goes to financing primary and secondary education. It has relieved parents and guardians part of the financial burden of financing basic education. The 3-day secondary education policy was part of the commitment to remove some of the barriers that prevent children from transiting to secondary education. The government bears the costs of tuition and operational expenses of schooling. The program has led to increased enrollment, retention, and improved performance, as evidenced by the increasing numbers of candidates qualifying for the university admission annually. This is why we have ensured that fees charged for boarding in secondary schools has to remain relatively low. This 3-day secondary education program has a transformative power. It has improved transition, retention, and completion rates of runners in secondary education. It has equal power to increase the number of candidates qualifying for admission into universities and vocational education and training institutions. As we develop more strategies in ensuring that all children, regardless of their social status and condition, get into school, I would like to point out that managers of education institutions must create a supportive learning environment that retains the runners in school. Access to school without retention and completion of an educational cycle is meaningless. It undermines the investment the government is making in education. We must all see that all children entering all the tiers of education complete the tier. And this is why I order that close to 4,000 students who failed to see the 2023 KCSE examination, despite joining Form 1 in 2020, must be investigated to establish what could have gone wrong with them. We must ensure that all children transiting into secondary school or senior school are able to complete the school cycle in the spirit of our 100% transition. Ladies and gentlemen, the community, school administrators, and their teachers have a responsibility to make sure that the free and compulsory basic education works. There is no to saddle parents and guardians with illegal levies that disrupts learning. Additionally, they must work together to ensure quality learning and teaching in their schools. I must mention a few ugly cases that we have witnessed in some of our schools recently, where parents invaded some institutions and frog-marched out of their compounds due to what they perceived was poor performance in national examinations. I wish to state that the performance of candidates is the sum total of the efforts of all stakeholders, not just the teachers. Our constitutional and statutory framework protects the right of every child to free and compulsory basic education. Article 43(1) of the Constitution is clear that every person has the right to education. Article 53(1)(b) of the Constitution directs that every child has the right to free and compulsory basic education. Article 53(2) of the Constitution affirms that a child's best interests are of paramount importance in every matter concerning the child. These values and principles are also reiterated in the Basic Education Act 2013. In this context, any decisions we take concerning institutions of basic education must be informed by these key considerations. And let me repeat, any decisions we take concerning institutions of basic education must be informed by these key considerations. I'm sure the county directors who are here, the regional county directors, my peers, and all of us are getting this clearly. At all times, we must not undermine the right of our children to free and compulsory basic education. We must ensure that the best interests of the child are accorded paramount importance in all matters concerning the child, including the child's education. Therefore, while the invasion of schools and attacks on the teachers are unfortunate, and we cannot be able to allow that to continue, we have to adopt careful, systematic, and consultative means of ensuring that we do not deprive innocent children of their right to education. Kindly take note of that. We should be very careful, county directors who are here, and all of us in the education sector. I know and I did condemn the act which happened in St. Gabriel, Isongo, which is a day and a boarding school with about 800 students. And I did make an order that the county director and the field education officers, including quality assurance, for our Teacher Service Commission and all the stakeholders, were to carry out investigations and give me a report. And not only this school, when I released the KCSA exam, PS, I did direct that we had 48,000 E's, that our sub-account directors, our TSC directors, plus our quality assurance people were to conduct an investigation and give us a report which I know should be given any time before the end of the month. And therefore, this particular school, I had a discussion with my counterpart, CS Interior, and I think we are in agreement. And the county directors get this very clearly. I've seen people behaving in a hierarchy to suggest that they are not of sound mind. Either they have taken certain substances. Kindly, we don't want to allow those people in the schools. Even if one is a member of parliament, if he is behaving in a hierarchy that is not normal, is not be able to be allowed into a school, because we are supposed to serve as the role models. What kind of example are we setting to the young people in that particular school? So they should be able to keep away from schools. And that's why we have made it very clear that whatever your position in society, if you misbehave to that extent, this country, we have a system, and you will be taken to court. And that's why I said that those concerned should be able to be taken to court, but we should not be able to punish the child, because that particular child, that is a registered school. We cannot be able to close it down. And of course, we have now said 1 week because they are already at home. The county director and those field officers should work expeditiously so that the teachers and the children are back to school. And as I've said, I've discussed with my colleague in Interior, the necessary security and protection, when necessary, will be given to our teachers. We have to respect our teachers because of the kind of work they do, but at the same time, we cannot afford to say we are sending our children home indefinitely because it jeopardizes their future, and that will also work against the constitution of this country. I'm therefore directing the Minister of Education field officers and the Boards of Management to move fast and work with the Teacher Service Commission and the Minister of Interior and the National Administration to iron out the misunderstanding in some of the schools where parents invaded schools with a view to ensuring the resumption of normal running activities as soon as possible, which should not be able to go beyond 1 week. It should not be able to go beyond 1 week because we don't want to mess the lives of those young men and women, those young children who are mostly innocent. I wish to extend my special thanks to the Group Partnership for Education, World Bank, and the Lego Foundation for partnering with the government to promote the learning of Kenyan children through the elimu scholarship program. I once again congratulate you for winning the elimu scholarships and wish you the very best as you embark on your secondary education in the next 4 years. Well done, and well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
A round of applause for our Cabinet Secretary. Tumpigie makofi.